Hey guys, Miss Elise again. Last video, so I'm sure most of you are finally. We're doing roots today, which is the easiest one. Shouldn't take very long. I wanted to show you my belly. I think y'all will be shocked at how big it is. Let me show you. All right, so there it is. Look at that. Look at that big old baby bump. So I guess if you see me on Snapchat stories doing that baby mama dance. Don't laugh too hard, okay? Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. So, roots. Remember that roots are coming out of the bottom of the plant, going into the soil. And so, roots, they have two major functions. The first one is that it's going to anchor the plant. Anchor the plant means hold it in the soil. So this was a big thing in West Texas, especially because it's super windy there all the time. Like, the kind of winds we had the other night that were really, really strong and flipping people's trampolines over. Yeah, we get those in Lubbock a lot, in West Texas. So this one is really important for that because those big trees, they have to be able to, we don't want them falling over. And so anchoring the plant are what the roots do best. We see a lot of dead plants in West Texas that their roots didn't hold them in the ground because they're dead, and those are called tumbleweeds. So you get really good at dodging the tumbleweeds in your car. And it's kind of like a game, like you're trying to not run over the tumbleweeds. So, all right, the next one is we're going to absorb. So it's taking in. It doesn't really suck like a straw. It uses the properties of water to allow the water to move up. So it's not really sucking the water up, but it is absorbing water and other nutrients that we need out of the soil. The biggest one being nitrogen, because we want to make proteins and so we need nitrogen out of the soil. We're making glucose, which is already CHO, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, but we need that nitrogen to make proteins. Remember Rontron. So, all right, once the roots absorb the water nutrients, it's going to go up that xylem. Remember WXY, the xylem is the tube that's going to take the water nutrients up to the stem, up to the leaves, so that your leaves can do photosynthesis. And then the photosynthesis, the glucose, will be transported back down the phloem, down to the roots to feed the roots because they're underground, so they can't make their own glucose. So, that's very important. All right, so now we're going to look at not really a cross section of a root. I probably should not have put that, but we're just basically going to look at two types of roots. And in your PowerPoint, you have some of them labeled. There's more than just the kind we have here. So you have the taproot and the fibrous root, which we are going to learn. We've already talked about the adventitious root, which is like the one with the big bulb on it. And then you've got aerial roots and prop roots, and those are really neat. And I'll show you a picture here in a second. All right, so another thing the roots can do, a function that we're not going to write down, is they can actually store food in them for later use if needed. All right, two types of roots we're going to have down here. All right, so you've got the kind that is really, really stringy. If you go outside and pull weeds for your mom, she would probably love you, or your dad. But you're going to see a lot of these like really stringy roots. Sometimes you might pull one that's got a really thick root and then still have the little stringy ones off. Okay, so the one that has a lot of roots and there's not really a main root, that one is called the fibrous root. Fibrous. Okay. It's the one that has all the little roots coming off. And again, there's not like one main root that it's all coming out of. Now a taproot is going to be your main root. And this is like what a carrot is. A carrot is actually a taproot. So when you eat a carrot, you're eating a root, and it's specifically a taproot. So you have the main root, and then you have some of the little root hairs coming off. So these little hairs right here that are smaller, they give more surface area to the roots so that they can absorb more water. And those are called root hairs. Oops. And their job is to absorb more water. So when you come up here and label, again, both roots, they're going to anchor and absorb. Your dicots are going to have the tap roots, and your monocots are going to have the fibrous roots. And I hope you remember kind of the difference between your dicots and monocots. Dicots have netted leaves. So there's going to be like most of your trees are going to have these big tap roots, and you might have seen them before. And then your monocots are going to have the fibrous root. So taproot usually goes a little bit deeper in the soil because it's a lot of times your bigger plants, and they're going to be thicker in shape. Okay, so they are going to be, your taproots are going to be wider. And then your fibrous roots, they stay shallow. Now they can go deep, but they stay pretty shallow in the soil. And they're more thin in shape. And there's a lot of them. So there's not really like a main root. I think the taproot, like you have a main root that kind of everything is coming off of. And then the root hairs, again, are going to be found on both the taproot and fibrous root. But their whole purpose is to increase surface area, to make more little bitty roots, okay? And you kind of have these in your body. You have like main veins and arteries, and then you have little bitty capillaries that go off into every single cell and in your fingers, and little bitty capillaries. And again, it's to deliver more nutrients to your cells. So that's the same thing. We're going to increase, let me move this. We're going to increase the surface area for more absorption. All right. And roots are easy. That's pretty much it. Just remember they do have a xylem and phloem inside of them. So again, fibrous roots, and then a taproot like a carrot. Again, this one would be a taproot. You can see all the little root hairs coming off. And that is about it for roots. I hope that you are getting ready for school to get out. We miss you so much. I know I miss my kids more than they could ever imagine. Let us know if you have any questions. I'm sending emails telling my kids to their school account what they're missing, so make sure you check your school account email. Email your teachers, make sure you're not missing anything, because you don't want to have to take summer school because you didn't do these assignments. And they are asking us to send names in for summer school, and you don't want to have to come to summer school. So get your assignments turned in, check with your teachers, make sure everything's turned in. All right, guys, we miss you. Talk to you later. Bye.